Damn, just being behind this thing, I gotta piss. Man, tell you what. There's nothing like it. Besides your primary water, man, another thing that people get wrong too is oil, man. Is how to check the oil. And that was something when I came over from sports bikes, you know, like checking the oil on a Harley Davidson seems to be a task in its own self, you know. You have a hot line, then you have a cold line, and then you have a run line, right? So when I first got the Harley and I did my oil change, man, I filled it up like there was a line, you know, filled it up, said full or whatever. And I said, well, man, before I really get into it, let me find out, like, where exactly is the line that I need to be when I change my oil. Where do I put the fill line? Another thing that's interesting is to do it, it needs to be on the stand, so it's leaning sideways, which doesn't make any damn sense to me, but they want you to check the oil with it on its kickstand sideways. And what I have found is the only way for the oil to be where it needs to be is I put 2 quarts into it, because you know between that 2 quart and that 2.5 quart you go over at some point, right? So I put the 2 quarts in it, and then I run it for 2 minutes. I cut it off, not hot. You're not going to be able to check the oil hot, guys. Checking the oil hot is going to be like, take forever for that oil capacity to get hot enough to actually be hot. You'd have to ride it around for 30, 45 minutes to get it to that point. So what the professionals say is put 2 quarts in it, run it for about 2 minutes, just get the oil moving, oil pushed into the filter, into the oil sump, and then check it. And then where you want that oil to be is you want it in between the bottom line and the top fill line, right dead in the middle. That's the accurate depiction of where that oil is supposed to be. If you run that oil high and it's all the way to the top with the fill, it says hot. When the bike gets hot, eventually after a long time of riding that motorcycle, you're going to be overflow, and it's going to come out of your, right there on your filter there. So from all the research I was doing and trying to figure out the best way is run that bike, put it on the kickstand, run that bike for 2 minutes, put 2 quarts in, run that bike for 2 minutes, and then check it. And then get that line right in the middle of that hot fill and that bottom line, you know, where the marks are on the dipstick, needs to be dead center. That's where it needs to be. Don't check it when it's cold. Don't check it when it's too hot. Check it right, run it 2 minutes, get that oil moving, and check it. And that's the best thing I found to be most accurate. So it's just crazy, man. Like, there's 3 different ways to check that damn oil, and either one of them you can go way over, and you don't want to be running over. And then, you know, that's majority of the time what's going to happen. You're going to run over. So I don't know. So I had to went and got me a one of those section siphon pumps. Siphoned out about 10 ounces, because that between that, because it says 4 quarts, you know, but guys, when you know, your bike still has oil in the sump and all that type of stuff, so it's about, I found about 2 quarts and about 20 20 ounces, fluid ounces is about perfect, man. Because about the halfway mark, when you run it hot and it gets extremely hot, if you've been running it all day or whatever, you've been running it for about an hour, it should be right up at the top of that fill line or close to it. But any more than that, you're going to be over. Guarantee it. This fucking lane here, boy. All right, here we go into the traffic, man, in the big city. Madison, Alabama. Yeah, another thing update. So far, so good on the battery. I put a new battery in. I mean, knock on wood. Knock on wood, it's been doing good, so it just seems to be the battery. Just needed a new battery. I'm not quite sure that those tenders, man, don't drain the shit out of your battery over time either. I just not, you know, if you're not using it like a winter or whatever, you keep it on a tender, and I'm not sure that just keeping that thing with constant power don't drain that damn battery down. They say no, but I mean, after this winter of having it on that damn battery tender, it just went to shit. I mean, it's able to keep the battery going, but it drained the shit out of it. Get over to the left lane because people are going to be merging. For sure. You guys are wondering where the Dairy Queen was in Madison. There it is. And we went in that Dairy Queen one time, that Dairy Queen right there, and it's like they just literally, the employees, they just stared at you. It was absolutely crazy. Like, they did not care about nothing in there. You got everything you need down here in this little strip here, man. Wendy's, Advanced Auto Parts, Walgreens, banks, restaurants. There's one grocery store in this whole freaking thing. Publix. One damn grocery store, man. All it is food. They just build food and shit, man. You know what time it is. 11. Look at the traffic. See, Planet Fitness. Shoo, man. What a day. Man, I am down here in the middle of Madison on 72 with all the traffic. With all the traffic, I just passed at Planet Fitness, and I got to thinking, man, I was thinking about, you know, one of the best things I've ever done is quit that damn membership. Now, let me tell you something. I have been in the gym, right? Majority of my life, man, except for the time I was in the service. In the service, hell, you didn't need it. You ran all the damn time. But I always had some kind of gym membership. And damn, just being behind this thing, I gotta piss. I always had some kind of damn membership, right, to the gym. And you know how much time it takes? I mean, I was doing, you know, days off, you'd have to be in the gym. You'd go to the gym, you know, and then like before work, you would go to the gym some days. And after work, you go to the gym. You get off at 5, then you go to the gym for an hour and a half. Then you get home to 8, 8:30, right? And on your weekends, you got to plug to go to the gym before you do stuff, you know, before you see the family, or before you do this and that. You got to go to the fucking gym, you know? At one point, I was working 2 jobs because I was buried in child support. And I was working 2 jobs, and even then, after the second job at night, I would go to the gym, you know, and hit that gym for an hour and a half or whatever. I gotta get around this fucking thing. Because you can't ride behind that damn shitter, man. That's the whole thing, the damn cops. I mean, I would spend so much time at the gym, you know, trying to stay in shape. I love to eat, man. I can just eat all day long. Love good food. You know, so I got to go to the gym, man. Eat what I want, just go to the gym and try to burn that shit off all the time. But man, the time spent, man, and recently, literally, I want to say probably going on almost a year now. Man, I just went down there one day. I said, you know what? I'm so sick of going to the damn gym. I'm so sick of wasting my time, spending the time going to the freaking gym. I mean, how many hours a week, man, are you spending in the gym? If you go to the gym, you're spending like, man, you're at least an hour and a half, 2 hours in the gym. And that's not going to take into consideration, you know, that's not taking into consideration other stuff you have to do in your life, man. Whether you got kids or work or whatever it is you got going on. 2 hours, man, that you're taking out of your rotation to add to the gym, right? To go in, to do the stuff you got to do. And I've been doing that for so long, and finally I said, let me tell you something, man. I went in there and said, yep, I want to cancel my gym membership. And I've been with Planet Fitness forever, man. I mean, I've been in Planet Fitness, I mean, I think ever since they opened. You know, it was Gold Gym and then Planet Fitness. You know, and I went in there like, dang, really? I was like, yeah, man, I'm over it. You know, I'm going to have to compensate. But like eating different and not eating so much and eating certain meals, I'm going to have to compensate. Oh, shit. gonna have to compensate by just eating better, man, because fuck, cannot get a break on this road, man. I gotta get around this shitter, that's the whole thing. Hold on a second. So, yeah, so I'm gonna tell you something, man. I have been more relaxed. I've had more time to do stuff. I can have, you know, taken away that 2-hour commitment, man, to sit in a gym and lift weights, and that I can spend that time now on stuff I actually want to do, you know. Ride a bike, relax, play games, watch a movie, you know, like whatever I want to do, you know. And it's just like, God, the time spent, man. I mean, I wasted so many hours of my life just carving out time to be at the gym, you know. And it's just, you know, it's just all about eating right and eating the right things and not eating so much and just being able to compensate by food, man. You know, if you burn, you know, if you burn 2,400 calories a day and you take in 2,200, or you take in 2,400, then you're going to lose weight or maintain. If you eat more calories than you burn, you get fat. And it's just kind of like, it's crazy, man. It's like, you know, and I talk to people all the time. There's a guy at work, and he's older, man, and he's like, oh, I got to drop 27 pounds. So he's like working a job. Then he comes in and comes in and like works part-time or whatever. And then after that, he's going to the gym every night to get up, to be back at work at 6. So you're going home, but it's all said and done, you're getting like 4 to 5 hours sleep, which is worse on your body than going to the gym, you know. It's like worse on your body to not sleep. And it just reminds me that, man, I just spent, my 20s and 30s, man, and oh my God, just time being wasted at the gym. So much I could have got done. So much other stuff I could have accomplished, man. You know, I could have, so much more things I could have done. I could have spent more time with the family, the kids. You know, the kids, the family, the girlfriend. You know, maybe I could have stayed at work longer and made more money. No, I was in the gym trying to maintain the body so I could eat whatever I want, you know. Just now that I'm older, man, I look back on it and I just think, God, man, it's all, look at all the cops today, man. What is up? Today's the day. Doing 60 and a 60, so. So, I don't know if you're a gym rat or not, or you go to the gym all the time, but man, take a look at that stuff, man. Just how many hours, if you just write it down, how many hours that is that you spend in a year inside of a gym with people you don't even like. You don't even know, man. You don't even talk to anybody. You know? Absolutely crazy.